Rumors for PS5 Pro have not stopped since last weekend, and now we have some additional information on Sony's DLSS equivalent solution that may arrive with the console when it launches. As we talked about in our previous videos, Sony will be debuting its upscaling tech with PS5 Pro called PSSR, short for PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution. According to very trusted leaker Tom Henderson from Insider Gaming, PSSR currently works on the PS5 Development Kit 9.0 with a memory requirement of roughly 250 MB, with 180 MB for the PSML library and 64 MB for the game. Sony is said to be internally aiming for 4K 120 FPS and 8K 60 FPS for future consoles, but it may not be possible with PS5 Pro due to hardware limitations. PS5 Pro currently supports 3840 by 2160 resolution and would benefit from this tech producing graphics at 4K 60 FPS and 8K 30 FPS. They probably won't be able to hit their internal targets until PS6, which is rumored to have a dedicated AI coprocessor, but it will be interesting to see what the tech can do with current gen games. What do you think about this upgrade for PS5? Would it make you consider a PS5 Pro when it launches? Let us know in the comments. Welcome to Hyper4Games. Here are more gaming news that you need to know. In a follow-up to yesterday's lead story, Helldivers 2 had a strong month alongside PS5 in Europe, as per the latest GSD data coming from GameIndustry.biz. Big disclaimer before starting that GSD covers Europe but without Germany and the UK. In terms of console sales, all three brands experienced declines against last year, but different degrees. PS5 led with only a 2% decline, followed by the Switch and the Xbox Series, with 17 and 43% declines respectively. Over 474,000 consoles were sold across all three, with sales growing against last year by 11%, but February last year was a 4-week month against 5 weeks this year, so when comparing apples to apples, hardware actually declined 14%. Moving to games, Helldivers 2 went straight to the top of the chart as it grew its sales by 70% and 3% during weeks 2 and 3 since launch, falling 28% in its 4th week, but despite that it was still holding when compared to drops from other games, which are usually 60 and 80%. In fact, Helldivers 2 sold so much in February that it was only 5% behind the number of units that Spider-Man 2 moved after launch, granted the prices for the games are not the same. The split in Europe was a reverse of what we saw in the UK, with 56% of sales coming from PC against 46% from PS5. EA Sports FC24 lost its crown but is still selling enough to guarantee second place, and right after that was Final Fantasy VII Rebirth slashing the competition to reach third after 1 day of release. Despite the positive, the game is down 23% compared to the first part, even counting the Twin Pack which got the 39th spot in the ranking, but given Remake launched close to the pandemic, a better comparison would be FF16, and against that it was also down but less than 4%. Grand Theft Auto 5 and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 traded places from last month, with the Activision title being 5th and the Rockstar game being 4th now. Red Dead Redemption 2 appeared out of nowhere to take 6th place, and it was followed by Hogwarts Legacy falling from 3rd to 7th, while It Takes Two reappeared at number 8. Another new release was Ubisoft's Skull and Bones, anchoring at number 9, and when compared to similar games such as Sea of Thieves, it did 30% less, just like in the UK. Need for Speed Heat raced past the finish line to close the top 10, even doing better than Suicide Squad, which did 33% less than Gotham Knights and 61% less than Guardians of the Galaxy at launch, and it was only enough for the 12th spot. Over 16.7 million games were sold, 21.2% more than last year, but again 4 weeks against 5 weeks, so aligning the scales it would be down but only by 0.1%. Another big disclaimer here is that Palworld Developer is not tracked by GSD, so the chart and sales numbers would be different if it was counted. As for accessories, 1.6 million total were sold, with the PS5 DualSense and Xbox Wireless Controller leading. What do you think about PS5 and Helldivers 2 dominating another sales chart? What games did you pick up last month? Share with us in the comments. In contrast, you know what's not selling? Well, PSVR2. That's according to a new report from Bloomberg that claims Sony has a backlog of the device. According to the publication referencing a report from research firm IBC, the deliveries to retailers have slowed because Sony has too many units through the supply chain, and may have stopped production until that's clear. Sony has only given us one update on PSVR2 sales, saying that the device had sold 600,000 units, and contradicting a report from IDC that it had only sold 270,000 units by the end of March 2023. However, since then, IDC estimates that sales for PSVR2 have declined through every quarter this year, with 435,000 in Q2, over 343,000 in Q3, and over 325,000 in Q4. Sony launched PSVR2 in February last year with a $549 price tag, which is a huge barrier given it's higher than the console, and when combined you're looking at an investment of over $1,000. Furthermore, game support has been lacking. It has some original games, updated PS5 games, plus parts from PSVR or MetaQuest, but it lacks software that moves units. In fact, Sony themselves have only supported the hardware with 3 games, including Horizon Call of the Mountain, Gran Turismo 7, and Firewall Ultra. And there's no roadmap that gives you an exciting reason to own one. Sony will have to go back to the drawing board and iron out their hardware proposal that will soon include PC support to attract consumers and developers, which almost guarantees that PSVR2 will see a price drop soon, as it needs to compete closely with MetaQuest and clear stock. What do you think about Sony's PSVR2 efforts? Do you own the device? If so, how do you feel about it? Voice your opinion in the comments. Now time for a round of quickfire gaming news. Sticking to more sales news, RGG Studio director Masayoshi Yokoyama has said he's surprised at initial sales for Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. He explained in an interview with 4Gamer that usually previous games in the series sold at a slower rate, with the word of mouth spreading and the audience eventually buying it. This has not been the case for Infinite Wealth, as the game sold 1 million copies in its first week, something they have never experienced before. Selling 1 million copies was also poker-inspired indie roguelike Balatro after launching almost a month ago. Publisher PlayStack CEO Harvey Elliott gave a statement regarding the huge milestone, indicating they are incredibly grateful for the support and enthusiasm from players worldwide, and that the game's success is a testament to the quality and creativity the indie sector can deliver. Solo developer Local Funk was also grateful to all the players and people who made it happen, and they are overjoyed that so many people have been able to have fun with this silly creation. Balatro has a 1-hour trial for PlayStation Plus premium users right now if you want to check it out. SNK has revealed the next chapter in Fatal Fury with City of the Wolves, marking the return of the franchise after more than 25 years, and looking to reintroduce it to a new audience as they have done with other franchises like The King of Fighters and Samurai Shodown. They showed 2 new trailers demoing 5 playable characters including Terry Bogard, Rock Howard, Hotaru, T-Sog, and Preacha. It uses Unreal Engine 4 like KOF 15 and is targeting a 2025 release window. Now a new few release dates. Sandland, the game from Bandai Namco based on the world of Blade creator Akira Toriyama, now has a demo on the PlayStation Store. You can play a limited section of the map and you will get some rewards when the full game comes out. Double Dragon Gaiden is getting free DLC on April 4, adding 3 new characters, 2 new modes including a brand new survival mode where you are tasked with defeating waves of increasingly powerful enemies, online co-op play, and new upgrades. Soul developer Billy Basso from Shared Memory has announced a release date for Animal Well coming to PS5 and PC this May 9 for $25. The game is a 2D Metroidvania where you explore an interconnected labyrinth and unravel its secrets, while encountering beautiful and unsettling creatures as you try to survive what lurks in the dark. Sci-fi puzzle adventure Planet of Lana from developer Witchfully also got a release date for PS5 and Switch, launching on April 16. The game, which previously launched on Xbox and PC, has you exploring a breathtaking world with your local companion Mui, as you navigate the stunning landscapes, solve puzzles, and overcome mysterious dangers. And those are the PlayStation stories for today. Let me know what you think in the comments below, give this video a thumbs up or down to let me know your feedback, check out more content you may like as well, such as Helldivers 2 being well ahead expectations, and subscribe for more on PlayStation. Thank you so much for watching, my name is Joseph, this is Hyper Games, and I'll see you on the next one.